Hello again, everybody. Back to Late Night Baltimore, another live stream. It's Saturday night, and we're doing a live stream from the heart of Charm City, Baltimore. So we hope everyone's having a good Saturday night. Tonight's episode is brought to you by big square ice tray, big squared ice tray, red.
Yeah, why mess with those little ones?
Yeah.
So they just fall on the floor.
And also, it's brought to you by uh, the Ford training films. And hold on now. This is going to take some uh, filmmaking. This is going to take some film jujitsu. Okay, hold on now. See if we can do the monitor.
You Beaumont. How did you get that star power?
Okay. This is the Ford training.
Directing.
This is the Ford training film. Look at all these great stars. And this is some really good film. It takes a lot to make these films. You never know how they do it. That's old Hollywood magic. All the words are probably reversed because of the no mirrored screen. Oh.
Here in America, there's an automobile for every 4.5 feet. And every car and truck you see on the road was put there by some salesman. The automobile business offered a great opportunity for salesmen in the past. And because car buyers have been so well satisfied with this method of individual transportation, the selling of automobiles offers a still greater opportunity for salesmen today.
Just teaching you how.
Practically every family already has an automobile, puts the new car salesman into the trading business. A salesman's job today is to trade the prospect out of his old car or truck and put him in a new one. That's why every Ford salesman must be skilled in trading techniques. And now, gentlemen,
this is transformative material now, in case anybody has a copyright. I can't believe they would. Okay, wait for it. Not this. Okay, here's her Porter. Wait, here's her Porter. He's new. But look over here. That's Hugh Beaumont. That's Beaver's father right there. He was a car salesman before he was Beaver's father. Okay, let's get back after that little bit of silliness. Let's get back to some serious football talk.
Yeah, I bet we have the copyright for this now.
Okay, now let's say that we were talking about the Jaguars. Jaguars are 8-5, I believe, right?
Yes.
And the Jaguars, well, there's a team on the heels of their division. It's very strange. The Broncos could still win the division. The Jaguars might be a wild card team, and the Ravens
team on the heel of the Jaguars are now the Colts.
Oh, the Colts. I'm sorry.
Who won the day? Beat Pittsburgh soundly, 30-13, and completely shut down Pittsburgh's offense.
And also, so they're good. Cincinnati's quarterback is going to be good
on
now.
The day in overtime.
So
27-24.
The Dolphins have the Bills right on their heels, sort of. Not really, not yet.
Well, all depends. Well, if those
And Kansas City, they're kind of throwing their season away because
City's 8-5.
they could be really from the number one seed to uh, chasing a wild card. The Jaguars host the Ravens this week, and the importance of this game is huge for the both teams. Mostly, it's important for the Ravens because if they win this game, their next two games are against I think the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Is that correct, Fez? They play the
I
Dolphins,
know they play the Dolphins.
and I think Chiefs. Anyway, it's a hard schedule going forward. So
They have to play the Steelers.
and the Steelers, yeah, that's right.
That's going to be a win.
Now, what they have to do is win this game because if they win this game, they will have the tiebreaker against the Jaguars if they both finish with the same record. And the Jaguars can't win more. If the Ravens win this game, the Jaguars can't win as many as the Ravens.
Yes, and the Ravens are the second in defense in total yards allowed. And they're second only to the 49ers in NFL in points allowed.
Yeah. So the Ravens are really fighting, and they still have a chance for the Super Bowl. Although if you look at NFL media, they have already given the 49ers the championship, the Lombardi Trophy. But this will be like the sixth straight season the 49ers won the Super Bowl in December.
And
you still got to kick off at 1 p.m. What do you say about the Ravens going up against the Jaguars? It's at Jacksonville. You think that means anything? It's at night, so it'll be nice weather.
If you look at the patterns, Todd Monken has incorporated some stuff that the Dolphins have been using, and very well in motion, which more teams should use. And the Ravens this year are seventh in offense in the NFL, and they're going up against Jacksonville, which is 23rd in defense in the NFL.
And also, I don't think Jacksonville is any kind of thing at home, being a home team, or really any kind of team playing. They always throw out that prime time record, which is kind of silly because now all the games are prime time.
Because there's no point that
how would you rate
Lamar Jackson is used to the heat.
That's right. I think that's what he's from Florida.
He came from Florida. He Boynton Beach. He grew up in. He went to Louisville. So the Ravens are that kind of tough team that doesn't matter what the weather is.
Okay. All right. What do you think? Break down their top strengths on offense.
Top strength of offense is Lamar Jackson. Is deadly accurate and still can run. Still is the best running quarterback in the NFL, but he's one of the best passing now. His passing game has improved greatly under Todd Monken. He's done a great job. And Lamar has completely bought into the system. And whether if they're going to say that Lamar Jackson now assistant quarterback, well, that's a pretty damn good system.
The other thing about Lamar is he's completely transformed himself as a player. He still runs when it's prudent, but he falls, and he takes gives himself up without getting injured, and he is
he now
knows how to fall.
He now runs
passes before he runs.
Yeah, now he's learned to still run like a running back, protect himself like a quarterback would. He still has 644 yards rushing on the league on the year, and his passing and rushing last week, he had nearly 400 yards in offense.
Who on the Ravens is gathering up all these rushing yards, Fez?
Well, the leading rusher is Lamar Jackson. Close behind, these two are both over 600 yards, and it's Gus Edwards might finish ahead of because Lamar Jackson has 644 yards rushing, and Gus Edwards has 608. Oh, but he's missed time, but he's back now full. So
you got a really balanced rushing attack. Who do you see standing out on the offensive line this year?
the offensive line has adapted well to injuries. In fact, they used a system last week where they kept rotating their tackles to keep them fresh, and they have 3 tackles where they would rotate them throughout the game, and it worked beautifully because they were all, completely rested and fresh when they would come in. It was like running back by committee. They were doing tackle by committee, and it was excellent. And they also have the now Connor Williams went out. They might have the minimally the first or second best center in the league, and that's important as Miami found out.
Also, it's really weird. The Ravens finally made a first-round choice wide receiver that has really panned out with Ray Flowers. He's done great, and Odell Beckham is having
Odell
a great
Beckham
season.
is healthy and probably happier than has ever been, and he's making the plays. Everyone thought he's playing the way that he helped the Rams go to the Super Bowl. So watch out, you 49ers. Who won the Super Bowl that year?
That's right.
Wasn't you.
And also the defense. Who's the MVP of the defense this year so far, Fez?
Well, Raekwon Smith is arguably, but I believe the best interior linebacker, probably the best linebacker in the league. And he's Patrick Queen ever since Smith's come to the Ravens. They were talking about not even picking up his 5th-year option. Now he's played in that you might have no choice but to.
Also,
good news for the Ravens is another player that stepped up. Kyle Hamilton has become what they thought he was going to be out of Notre Dame. He's big, he can tackle, and he has speed. So having him back at full strength will be a big thing, not just for the passing defense, but for the running defense.
that's right. Trevor Lawrence is having a good year. His injury stories are weird. One day he goes out, won't get on the little cart, walks off the field, comes back. Did he play last week? They lost, right? The Jaguars lost last week to Cincinnati, right?
Oh yeah, they lost. But it's kind of been a shady situation with Trevor Lawrence. But I think he's healthy enough to play. I haven't heard anything about him being out, but I don't know if he's 100%. But
yeah, he's probably not
100% because otherwise,
I mean, anything can happen.
Long day.
But not even thinking about the point spread. It's Sunday night game. How do you see the game going?
I see I believe it will be low scoring at first. Then I believe the Ravens will start pulling away, and and the and then the game sort of ends up close at the end because the Jaguars score late. But the Ravens are going to win this game. I guarantee.
Yeah, that's right. So that's Sunday night. What games during the day do you think we recommend people watch if they can?
Well, hopefully the points keep going down on um, Dolphins game, and then you better bet Dolphins because uh, Tyreek Hill at questionable means Tyreek Hill at uh, less than 100% is still better than anyone. So he
Yes.
only has to be on the field. He doesn't even have to catch a ball to have an incredible effect.
Yeah, unless he gets hurt, he'll be the at least offensive player of the year because he's having a record-breaking season. Who else is big tomorrow?
Big tomorrow would be see how the Dolphins have had to sign Jonathan Williams to be their center, and even though he hasn't played center, I don't think since 2019, they're gonna have no choice but to put him at center because uh, I like Ian Eichenberg, and Liam Eichenberg was making a lot of progress on that playing left guard, but he never played center, and he's played guard and tackle, and he did, and not being his fault, it was terrible play at the center spot, which cost them had a lot to do. It cost them the game, and having Tua get sacked 5 times, the pressure was coming out the middle.
That's right. Yeah, it looks. I'm pretty sure Miami will take the Jets pretty good. As far as the rest of the NFL media wanting to crown the 49ers, well, as I always like to say, they still have to kick off tomorrow, right, at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and they still have the head coach that put in his quarterback, who really has become their franchise quarterback in a game where he couldn't even lift his arm to throw, and just completely. And I think Philadelphia knew that, so I think what happened, what you should have expected, that what happened. They got blown out.
That's right. All right. Well, we're gonna watch the games tomorrow and come back to maybe after the game. I believe that I'm accurate in saying that the Ravens play at night. So
8:20.
8:20, yeah. And I think Kansas City is at New England, but I think that might be Monday night. So Kansas City
Because
could be in
Kansas City is playing New England, yes,
sort of a desperate situation for
and
Kansas City.
and Buffalo has to play Dallas. Those in Buffalo, unless there's really bad weather, I can't see Buffalo at this point beating the Cowboys. The Cowboys just have too much talent.
Yeah, but if the Bills do win, all of a sudden there's something. There's some. There. Everyone's thinking it's been Chiefs, Jaguars, Dolphins, and Ravens so far in the AFC this year, but that could all change tomorrow and Monday. If you never know how games are going to go. That's why they have gambling.
Yeah, but there's another. Here's here's either best bet or lay off. Um, if the Bills lose to the Cowboys, take Miami and the points the next week. If the Bills beat the Cowboys will win that game. Will be do not take the Dolphins next week.
That's right.
By Dallas winning, it helps Miami's chances of beating Dallas. That's the way Dallas is.
You're right. Well, before we go, I want to say again our sponsor, the red ice tray with the big squares. It's really great. Fez, do you have any final words before we broadcast? Before we do a show after the games?
We have the most honest podcast. We won't give you these big headlines that are lies, and then don't even mention what we were talking about. We don't do that to get views. So come to us because we give you honest material and inside info because we know the game so well. Okay.
And also, please tell all your friends to subscribe because we need some subscribers. All right, everybody.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes, Fez.
Hey, when you're checking in all those, those hot honeys on YouTube, and you're looking, you're adding them descriptions. Just go and it'll take you 1 second. Add us, and then you got everything covered. Okay.
That's right. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. From Baltimore, we are out.